Hey there, everybody. It's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards. Get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. We're heading into week 11. There's a big bye week. We got 6 teams on bye. A lot going on. It's the waiver wire. So let me talk about a couple of things first. In high-stakes leagues, okay, especially Fantasy Football World Championship, from weeks 11 and 12 on, if you pick up somebody, that's fine. But whoever you cut, you can't pick them back up again. We try to avoid collusion that way. So if I were to pick up a guy, or for you to drop a guy and then I pick him up, I could have called you on the phone and said, hey, dude, I'm dropping this guy. You pick him up. Can't do that. In high-stakes leagues, how it works is basically once you pick a guy up or drop him, right, in this period of time, you can't get him back. It's done. Come week 14, there's no more moves. So you better get your team set over the next few weeks, okay? You've got 3 weeks to get your team set to make the playoff run. Now, last year, I came in second overall in the online championship. And one of the reasons I didn't come in first place was Carson Wentz got injured. I didn't have Nick Foles. I had Deshaun Kaiser. I know. And I basically had no quarterback the last week. So I was playing, I think I put up 140 points without a quarterback. So I won't make that mistake again. Neither should you. So a couple of things before we get started. If you like to gamble, I highly, highly encourage you to check out vegaswhispers.com, okay? Enter the promo code HOT50 and your first month will be $50. Now look, gamblers always tell you about their wins, right? They never tell you about the losses. What I like about what we're doing at vegaswhispers.com is that it's very transparent. You see what they call it. We're not saying, oh, I didn't. We didn't lose. That was somebody else. No. We win, we tell you. We lose, we tell you. We've just been winning a lot, and people are making money. So I'm not encouraging you to gamble. I'm saying the following. If you do gamble, gamble smartly. And if you're going to gamble smartly, gamble with vegaswhispers.com. That's the smartest gambling you're going to make, right? Because we're giving you the right picks, and people are making serious cash. And I'd like you to be one of those people. Also, it's not too late. It's getting too late, but it's not too late. ScoutFantasySports.com. Enter the promo code ROTO70. That's ROTO70. We'll get you 70% off your first month. It's week 11. Basically, you're paying almost nothing for a month. We'll try to get you to a fantasy football championship. Okay? Now, to read my entire article, you got to go to Scout Fantasy Sports. I'm just going to give you a few names here today. But if you want to read the entire article, you got to go to ScoutFantasySports.com. And that's where it's going to be. So let's start out with 2 quarterbacks for you. The first is Marcus Mariota. Now, Matt LaFleur came over, right, from the Rams, and everybody was expecting Mariota to be fantastic from the beginning of the year. Hasn't worked out that way, but he has gotten progressively better. He's more confident. He's making better throws. He's running the football. He looks like a different Marcus Mariota. And I really like the Titans' playoff schedule. So would I be picking up Mariota for the stretch run? I probably would. Now, don't go crazy. Somebody sent me a question today. Should I cut Tom Brady for Marcus Mariota? Oh, hold on, Chester. No, we're not going to cut Tom Brady. We're not going to cut Matt Ryan. But if you've got a crappy quarterback as your second guy, I'm absolutely going to look into Marcus Mariota. He's better than Andy Dalton, better than Joe Flacco, better than any of those bums. So take a look at Mariota. My second quarterback, Lamar Jackson. So Lamar Jackson runs like a gazelle and throws like Tim Tebow. I mean, that's pretty much the truth. But he may be the single biggest difference maker the rest of the year. I'm just throwing this out here. Are you telling me he's not going to run for 90 yards a week? I think he will be. You don't think he runs for a touchdown? If he gets 90 yards and a touchdown, that's 15 points, and he hasn't thrown the football yet. If he throws the football for 100 yards, what are you looking at? Another 5 points, and if he gets a touchdown, that's 4. So right there, that's 9 points on top of the 15 he just gave you. So you're looking at a guy who's going to get you 20 points because he runs the football. He's Michael Vick. He's Russell Wilson when Russell Wilson used to run. Those guys are difference makers. So would I stash them? Absolutely. Let me tell you what I did. I know in all my leagues last week, I picked Lamar Jackson up. Now, here's the good news. I win both ways. If he doesn't become the player, I'll cut him and nobody can pick him up in my league. If he does get the job because Joe Flacco's hip is bad, I got Lamar Jackson. Boom. So I encourage you to do something similar. All right, 3 running backs for you. The first one, Rashad Penny. Now, there was news today that Brian Schottenheimer says he still doesn't understand the Seahawks offense, which is why he's not playing that much. But I'll tell you another reason he's not playing that much. Chris Carson and Mike Davis. Those guys are terrific. Mike Davis is like a battering ram. It's almost impossible to take him down. But I think of it this way. When the Seahawks are officially out of the playoff hunt, they're going to have to get Penny involved. I don't know if that means benching Carson or doing something with Davis, but Penny will get involved. And if you saw him last week, you know how good he looked. You have to roster him because in weeks 15 and 16, he may be their starter. Jalen Samuels. Le'Veon Bell done for the year. I'm in an online championship. I'm 4th overall, and I'm going to cut Le'Veon Bell tonight. Can you believe that? I'm going to cut Le'Veon Bell. Unreal. But Jalen Samuels is an option right now. You've got James Conner, and I don't think much of Stephen Ridley. I think Samuels is a very good player. I watched him play at NC State. This guy can run. He's like, he can run. I was going to say he's like Nyheim Hines, but he's a little bigger. But they're similar players. He can run, he can catch, he can do a lot of things. And the Steelers will start to integrate him more in the offense moving forward. I think he's worth a few bucks on the waivers. And finally, here's a stash and cash for you. Here's a name I haven't mentioned in a few weeks. Rex Burkhead. He'll be eligible to be activated week 13. You know the Patriots are going to bring him back for the playoff run. So I would think that Burkhead will start to see some playing time weeks 14, 15, 16 to get ready for the playoffs. I think he's just an interesting name to stash because I know James White is there. I know Sony Michel's there. But Sony Michel gets injured, walk into the bathroom at night. I mean, that guy, would it shock you if he was back on the injured list? Wouldn't shock me. Okay, wide receivers, 3 names for you. The first is Josh Reynolds. Now, this guy's the big pickup of the week, but I have a little trepidation there. First of all, the Rams have Todd Gurley, Brandon Cooks, Robert Woods, and Josh Reynolds is not Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp was Jared Goff's first option. Now, that doesn't mean Reynolds is not a good player. I think he is. I think there's upside there. I just don't know if there's extensive upside. Now, if I had $400, would I spend $200 on him in free agency? I probably would, because I would say to myself, who else is going to come in the next couple of weeks and be better? I don't know. I know Reynolds is a good player, but he's not a superstar. And remember this, the Rams are on bye next week. So he has the Chiefs this week, and then he's on bye next week. So when is he really going to pay off for you? Week 14 or 15? Maybe for the stretch run. Kiki Kuti is expected back. I really like him. He adds a special dimension to the Texans' offense. Jordan Thomas is getting better at tight end. Demaryius Thomas is here right now. But Kiki Kuti is a special player. I really like him in the slot. He's a very good receiver, very underrated. If he's out there somehow on your waivers, pick him up. Now, I want to talk about one more guy, Zay Jones. Now, Zay Jones, oh, man, he was good against the Jets. And Matt Barkley looked like Y.A. Tittle against the Jets. But I'm a little worried about Zay Jones for the following reasons. Josh Allen is expected back, and Josh Allen is not the most accurate guy there throwing the football. So don't pay for Zay Jones expecting him to continue this success, because his success is based on the quarterback play, which with Josh Allen is suspect at best. He's an athlete, and he's got a big arm, and he runs a lot faster than I ever thought he would, but he's not accurate. And Zay Jones needs accurate. Zay Jones doesn't run the greatest routes. He's getting better at that. He was good in college. It hasn't translated to the pros. I'm not all in on Zay Jones. 2 tight ends, though, that I'm in on. One is Jonnu Smith. Now, when Delaney Walker got injured at the beginning of this year, I had really thought that Jonnu Smith was going to take that next leap forward. The problem is this. Tight ends usually take 3 years to find success in the NFL. And Jonnu Smith is in his 2nd year, but he's getting better. The last 2 weeks, he's had 2 touchdowns. I think we're seeing a measure of success, and Marcus Mariota is starting to trust him. So if you're asking me, give me a tight end who do something moving forward, I think it could be Jonnu Smith. He's got the opportunity. Corey Davis is the only legitimate pass catcher there. After that, it's Tajay Sharp. Ugh. I mean, he's not very sharp at all. And then the last guy is a guy who nobody's looking at, but I'll take a look at Gerald Everett. Gerald Everett is a very good young tight end. Excellent size, excellent speed, hands are suspect, was a basketball player in college, but look, he was injured in the preseason, so he didn't get a lot of time with Jared Goff. And then they had Kupp and Cooks and Woods, so they didn't really need to go to him. But now that Kupp is gone, I think you might see Everett more involved in the offense. I'm not saying that Reynolds won't be involved, but I think now that Kupp is gone, Reynolds and Everett split those targets. So if Kupp was getting 9 targets a week, now Reynolds is going to get 5 and Everett's going to get 4. So I think that's worth a couple bucks in free agency. Okay? But right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. Remember, if you want to see read the entire article, you can do so at scoutfantasysports.com. Okay, guys, this is Dr. Roto saying be well and take care.